make sure that you write your full name. And the student ID is the one that you have on your pass, and today's date that it's here. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, we have a budget template. We're gonna click on that one. So we're gonna want to be able to do the formulas on this one first, and after we can duplicate it how many times we want for each month we need it. So first things, as you can see, we're gonna put here on the top the month. So I'm gonna put the blue button there and I click on it, so we know that anything that is blue is something that we need to amend. Okay, so now we got this one there. Let's do the formula. So this one, the incomes in this section, there are the incomes that you can see. We need to do the formula. So we need to add up all the incomes, which the formula we're going to use is called sum, which is that one that does the addition for a range of numbers. So sum equal sum open brackets. We're going to select the cell we desired, we press enter, and it's gonna add up the things. So we're gonna do the same things on that one below. So for the expenses, we're gonna add up all the expenses. So equal sum open brackets, and with the mouse we're gonna highlight all the cell on the table and press enter. So now we got the two formulas for doing the total. So the balance is the value given by the total income minus the total expenses. So we're going to start with equal. We're going to just use a simple formula. So the first one minus the second one. So now we got all the formulas we need in this one there. Also, we want to create an index on the bottom there before all the month, so we can track every month how is the over time the financial outcomes. So we're gonna press on the plus to create a new tab. We're gonna move it before the budget, and we're gonna rename it index. Okay, so what figure do we need? Firstly, we need an order number. So put n. So we're gonna keep in order the number. Second one, we're gonna add the month. The third one, let's see on the table. So we want to visualize this value there. So total income, the next column. And after the next column is going to be the total expenses here on the bottom. I copy this one and I put it in the next column. And at last, we want the balance. So we're going to copy the balance and we're going to paste it on that. So now we can create our table. So we select all the area we want, and we're going to put the border all around. We put the number, ranking number on the side there. So we put just two numbers, we highlight both of them, and we're gonna drag it down until when we reach 12 like this. So we got that our 12th month for the year. So we're gonna put the month as well. So it's gonna be uh, uh, January 23, and we're gonna drag it down. So you can see Excel it will do this job by himself. So now we got pretty much everything on there. Let's go back on the budget tabs. So you see we want to link all the tabs there later. So to do this, the best way to do, we can create here the links on this page there, and after we can move it on the index for the tabs when we're gonna duplicate a month. So first things, we want to show the month, which is gonna be there. After we want to show the total income. So this one is called linking formula. We press in the cell where we wanted the results, press equal, we click on the cell we wanted to visualize, and we press enter. So we're gonna do the same things for the total expenses as well next to it, and after we want to do the same for the balance, which is on there. And also we want to put the border yet same like on the table, because at least it's gonna follow the same trend. And last things, we want to put format this one in accounting. So we're gonna when we're gonna move this one on the index, they're gonna come with the right formatting already. So they have the table around and they have the right formatting. So let's do the formatting for the tables here as well. So we're gonna put accounting there as well, and we're gonna put accounting there as well. Perfect. Okay, so now our templates is ready. We got all the formulas and we can be able to duplicate this one for each the month. Last things we're gonna want to do, we want to create the graph straight away. So when we're gonna duplicate it, the graph is gonna be there as well. So first things, for Excel to don't get crazy, is important we put the zero inside the tab. Otherwise, it will get crazy. So we put 10, we click on the cell, and we can drag it down like this. Okay, perfect. So now we do the we're gonna do the graph. So we're gonna do the graph for the expenses first. We're gonna select these two columns. We're gonna insert, and we're gonna use a bar graph. I really like this one with the horizontal bars. I'm gonna use this one, and after I'm gonna move it on the side there, and we're gonna do the same things for the expenses. So select all the table there. We do insert, and after we're gonna select this graph on there, and we're gonna use the same one. This is really important. It's really important we use the same type of graph to increase the consistency. Okay, so this one, the first one I said it was the incomes, and the second one is the expenses. Expenses. Okay. Also, we could create a graph for the in a pie chart, checking the percentage of incomes versus the expenses. So select the total income, select the expenses. We're gonna go insert, and we're gonna select a pie chart. So just use a normal one. So, and we're gonna name it incomes versus expenses. And now we got all the graph line up there. So now we are ready to duplicate the tabs. So when we're gonna duplicate the tabs, the only things we need to do, we just to insert the value of the incomes and the value of the expenses, and Excel is gonna do everything for us. So let's start. So here's the function is called move and copy. Right click on the tab below. We're gonna do move and copy, and we're gonna put it before the budget because we want the budget at the end. So click budget and click create a copy, uh, and you can see it's gonna create on that. So we're gonna do the same things for 3 times. For this exercise, it's just required to do 3 months. So move and copy, and we're gonna click on that, and after create a copy. Okay, so now we just need to rename this one. So this one is Jan 23. The second one is gonna be Feb 23, and that one is March 23. Perfect. So one things we want to avoid that we have to type the month, so we can put a drop box. This what is called data validation list. We're gonna click on the month on the top. So first things we're gonna do on the budget, we print on that one, and we're gonna go in data. We're gonna select the things there. This one is data validation. We're gonna click on that, and after we're gonna have to select list from here. And I remember we wrote the month on the index, so we're gonna just go back in the index. We're gonna select all the tab there, and you're gonna do a list. In source, we're gonna click on source. We're gonna do this, and we press OK. So we're gonna creating a list using the uh, the parts there as a guidance. To move it, we just select the cell, do Ctrl X, and after on the right tab, and we do Ctrl V. So you can see all the figures that come here. So let's, in the meantime, let's put at 0 down on the bottom. So at least we're gonna be able to create a graph here as well. So let's copy and paste it all around. So at least when we're gonna put the formula, we're gonna adjust it, but at the moment we can create the graph for the okay, we're gonna use the line over time. We want to see all our data moving by the time. So we're gonna select the first one, and now you can see on the bottom is gonna show, it's going to show us the month. So we want to add the lines, so it's gonna have easier for us to understand. So on the, we're gonna go chart design on the top, add the chart element, and we want to add the grid lines. So we're gonna select all the option. So grid lines, we want small and large for both vertical and horizontal. And how you can see, it will show much better on the graph. And this one will be figures over time. So when this one is done, we got our graph, and we want to adjust this table as well. So let's make the top of a different color, and we can enlarge it. So select from B to F, go in the middle between two cells, and let's make sure that we can see our things. And also we want to put the figures on the middle, so it's much better. So this one is not needed to be that big like the other ones. Okay, so now we want to adjust the table so we can see the graph. We can move the graph a little bit there. You can see all the graph around. So this one is done. So we got all the month with the graph. So let's start to put some figures on the table just to see how it looks like. 2000, so 150. You can see something is start to appear down there. So let's put just 150 and and 4. So let's copy these figures on there, and we're gonna modify just a little bit. So we're gonna separate a bit of time. Just change one figure. We just want to see with different figures how the graph they're gonna change. So for January we leave out this. Now in February we're gonna change the top one. So this one 2500. So we just need to change one of the voice because it's what is gonna make change the total. And this one we're gonna put 1850. The same things we're gonna do for the incomes. 600 on the 500, and we do the same things for the 550 for this one. Okay, you can see we have a different figure coming up. So here it shows the expenses. I can zoom in a little bit so you can see better. You can see, you see all the expenses, and you see all the incomes as well. Here we have the percentage, so total income and expenses. Okay, format cell number, we got the dates, and we want just the month, uh, this one, month, and here press OK, and we change that. Perfect. So once this one is done, we can go back on the main page, and you can see here the graph. It show all the things. So like we had a increase on February and a decrease in March. So like this, and here you can see what is it. So all done for now. Well done. Thank you. Hi guys. Make sure that you're gonna